how to get as many online sales as you can handle. You got to understand those step-by-step process in order to get those results. And that's actually really important because whenever I saw the power of one-to-many selling, whenever I saw like in 1.5 hours that somebody can make $3.2 million, whenever I saw the power of that, the people moving in the back of the room, the people like hyped up, ready to change their lives, I saw the power of that. And I wanted to understand it. I wanted to be able to do that same thing, but I wasn't born somebody that was extremely outgoing and like great to talk with people. I didn't understood the ins and outs of selling, how to do that, and I was pretty lost. And I produced content for a long time with the hope of helping people, but I didn't know how to make them actually take action and actually help them until I really dived deep and understood those processes. And it took me a longer time, but I dove deep and understood these processes, and I'm going to share that process with you guys on how you can handle any objections that your customer is having and make sure that they take action so you can help them. Question number one, you need to ask yourself, what is the thing that you want to sell them? You got to deeply understand, okay, what is the thing that I want to sell them? Is this a car? Is this a webinar? Is this a coaching program? Is this a course? You have to understand first, what is it that you're going to sell? Step number two, you need to ask yourself, and that's extremely important. Stay with me here. What are the false beliefs they got about the three things that I'm going to share with you? The vehicle, so your product, your services, the thing that you are selling them, the vehicle that you are telling, hey man, if you go into that vehicle, in that car, it's going to drive you to your dream destination. The false beliefs that they got about themselves. What are the false beliefs that they got about themselves? Let's say you're selling a software, for example. Do they think they are not able to operate it? Maybe they think that this is not something for them. This is something that they are not able to do. You got to see what are the false beliefs that they got into themselves. And then the number three false belief that you need to understand are the bad exterior conditions. What are the exterior things, the things that's out of their control that they think is going to prevent them to do actually the thing? Let's say you're selling weight loss programs this time. One of the exterior bad conditions that can happen to them is actually having the kids having like, hey mommy, let's go like have some snack, have some things, like get that cookie, do those things, and then you're failing on your diet. That's one of the exterior conditions. Now you understand, and you got to really understand deep and test which one of those questions your customers really have. Remember, we always go back to understanding your customers deeply to understand enough what those three things are, because if they do not connect with those things, means that you didn't do enough homework to understand, okay, they really think about this. You just guess, but you got to really test out and see, okay, what do you really like? What is your real fear, your real things that you believe that are preventing you to take action? Because an objection, what is an objection, guys? An objection is simply something that is preventing them to take action because they got stories, false beliefs, we call them, that are preventing them to take action. Let's say they do not believe in online marketing first, okay? I'm selling online marketing. Let's say they do not believe into online marketing. Why is that? That's a false belief about the vehicle. Why is that? Well, they got a story that they're repeating themselves in their head that creates that beliefs, that fact that, hey guys, I do not believe it's going to work. Why is that? Because they saw something, an article on the internet saying that, or maybe their friends tried to invest in an agency and they ripped him off and never talked to him again, and he never saw the results that he hoped to see. The thing is, you got to install a new narrative into the head. The best marketers are good, are great and excellent to understand what are the conversations that are going on into the head of their customers. So the thing is, you got to understand how to change those false beliefs, those stories that they got into their head, to make sure you replace it with a new one, something that's going to not prevent them to actually take action. And I'm going to share that with you when you answer those three questions. So remember, three things, because there are three kinds of objections that they will get. And if you do handle those objections and you install real new false belief into their head, then you will only have to handle minor things, which are maybe money or other things. But like, let's say you're like, hey, I think they think it's too much money, but you didn't handle one of those three things. If even if like it's free, they're not going to get it if they do not believe this is the right vehicle that will take them somewhere. They do not believe they can handle it or do it themselves, or they think something else is going to prevent them to do it. So you got to make sure you handle those three things first before talking about any other things like clauses on money or things like that. Those things we handle them later, but you got to understand that all the representations online should handle those three subjects if you want to make them believe in something that you are going to sell them. Create stories that are going to handle each of those aspects. So let's go back to those aspects. You got the vehicle, you got themselves, the beliefs in themselves, and you got exterior conditions. Let's take one example so I can show you guys what I mean. Let's take exterior conditions and let's go back to the kids trying to like get you on taking a bit of their snacks and you cannot handle the fact that, oh damn, those cookies out looks good and I'm going to get a bite of one or two. You got that belief, that story like, hey, like I love your weight loss program, but I cannot believe in myself enough. No, I cannot, like my kids are still going to show like the cookies, the things in that, and that's going to prevent me to actually succeed. How can I handle this? Let's think about a story about this. Hey, I actually understand, and I think I thought the same way, and I always wanted to lose weight as well until I found out that product. And even people that I was still going to dinner with people, I was still going out with my friends, eating whatever I want. But because I took this product with me all the time, it actually helps me to stabilize myself and to not take any more weight. And I was able to still eat the things that I wanted to, even while I was losing some weight. And it actually helped me to become a better person, which I always wanted to be, because that's incredible. Changes a lot of my mindset at all with all that weight loss stuff. You see what I'm doing here? You see how if you had that false belief, you're like, oh, all of a sudden, okay, now I understand that I can still like do those things, but I can do the program as well. Okay, you see how I changed your belief in your head on how you can now do the thing? Second example, let's stay into the dieting, like weight loss kind of stuff. Let's say into the beliefs in themselves. Let's go back into one. The belief in themselves. Yeah, I tried a lot of weight loss programs and I didn't succeed at them. I don't think I'm able to do one of those things. I get so hungry and I jumped into the fridge and I just go crazy. I cannot do it. One of the great stories I can tell is, hey man, I did exactly the same thing. That's actually a story that I got right now. Like I tried to do many weight loss plans and many things, but after a few weeks, and I was strong and I was still going hard at the gym, but after a few weeks, I wanted to lose that weight in order to feel better by myself and being a changed person. But after a few weeks, I always went back to zero and even way back plus 1 or 2 because I struggled to keep my nutrition the same way until I really found out what were the right nutrition I need to get to actually make sure that I eat the right stuff that's going to make me lose the weight that I want, while not being hungry and while not having an envy of reaching down my fridge and freaking eating everything that's in there and then crying on my sofa because I just failed all the hard work I did. And I did that thing alone, and it took me a long time to understand and to really figure out what were the processes and the right food to do. But when I did figure it out and I did understand that, I was able to lose the weight that I wanted, lose 10 kilograms to 10 kilograms that I wanted, and actually feel better by myself and achieve that end goal that I always wanted. See what I'm doing here again? Handling that internal self-beliefs. Let's go into the last one. The last one we didn't talk about yet, the vehicle. So, okay, I just don't believe into like diet plans. Those are the things that I do not believe in. Okay, I understand that you don't believe in diet plan. And I didn't either. Like at the beginning, I was just losing a few kilograms here and there by just going and doing a bit of sports, going to the gym, and I was pretty good until I hit a wall. Until I hit the wall. I hit the wall for me when I was 140 kilograms, 114 kilograms, sorry. I hit the wall at 100 kilograms. And from there, I wasn't able to progress anymore. I was stuck. And I was stuck there for weeks. And I really wanted to go down that way because I looked better, but like the 3 out of 10 instead of 1 out of 10. And I wanted to like a 9 or 8. And I really struggled to get through that wall. I really struggled to get through that until somebody actually took me by grabbed me by my love handles and tell me, Gabriel, you are eating fat foods. You're not doing the right thing and you actually need to get on a better diet. I was like, oh shit, that's maybe the piece I need. And I really struggled to like get that principle on. I thought that I was able to eat everything I wanted, and whenever I actually started to take the diet, man, instantly, like I actually remember it was in August, whenever I started to really implement the diet, I was still in high school. And just in a few months, in that summer period I lost like 10 other kilograms in just like 2-3 months. And when I came back to school, people were like, "Oh, Gabriel, what happened to you?" I was like, damn, that nutrition aspect is actually really important. And from there, I was going 3 to 4 times faster than I was going before implementing the diet. And it actually helped me to lose those kilograms that I always wanted to lose. See how I actually handle that objection by creating a story? Now, there's a specific step-by-step story if you kind of know what I'm doing. Maybe you know the step-by-step story, process stories that I'm using, the process that I'm using, but the idea is you handle those objections when you're doing one-to-many selling because you cannot handle them one by one and actually like going into understanding if that's a real one and then handling them. What you do is that you create a story to replace that false story, that thing that prevent them to go forward and say and show you that, hey, it's actually possible. That's a great vehicle. That's a great, like you can do it and nothing is going to prevent you because we got a way to handle that. Those are the things to do. And you do that in that order. First, you make them trust you, like in the order that I just did. You go from the vehicle, then you handle the internal, then you handle the exterior conditions. And then you just list, as I just told you, those stories on how to do it. And then you create a presentation. And that's going to convert like I'm going to tell you guys something that's really exciting, like about a little fact about this. If you're interested, make sure that and you liked what I just shared with you, make sure that you do subscribe and that you comment how you're going to use this step-by-step process into your business today. You gotta understand that this process, the exact same process I just shared with you, is the exact process that was used by the person that was paid the mostest in how much? An hour and 30 minutes. In a presentation of 1 hour and 30 minutes, the guy was paid 3.2 million. Russell Brunson was paid 3.2 million using the exact step-by-step process that I just shared with you right now. Handling false beliefs, make them believe into the vehicle, make them believe in themselves, and make them believe that nothing is going to be able to stop them because we have solutions to make sure that you do not get like prevented to reach the success that you want by those exterior self-beliefs. Guys, I got something that you guys to check out. Make sure that you go to gabrieljulié.com/action plan. I actually want to make sure that you apply that information. And I created a daily resource, daily action plan for you to be able to apply that results. So go there, check it out. It's going to help you actually apply those things. I go much more in details on that framework and how you can craft it around your business. Make sure you go there. It's free, gabrieljulié.com/action plan.